I hope you're ready to feel some nostalgia because today we're going to be going over even more cartoons you forgot about. They aren't necessarily bad, they're usually just forgettable and not super noteworthy compared to the better ones. Anyway, with that being said, let's get on to some forgotten cartoons. Does anyone remember My Gym Partner's a Monkey?
I used to go to a human school where everyone was the same. Now I go to an animal school cause lion's my last name. My gym partner is a monkey. Monkey, monkey, monkey. My gym partner is a monkey. Monkey, monkey, monkey.
The story revolves around Adam Lion, a human who, after a clerical error listed his surname as Lion, is forced to transfer to Charles Darwin Middle School, a school for local anthropomorphic zoo animals, where he is partnered with Jake Spider Monkey and Jim, and quickly becomes best friends with him. Now I remember really liking this cartoon, and I really have no idea why. I go back now and realize that it may not be as good as I remember, but it's still an awesome memory. While this series may not be the amazing thing I thought it was before, it's still not a terrible cartoon whatsoever, and there were a few nice parts about it. There's a lot of slapstick in this show, so it probably isn't for everyone. Most of you have probably heard of My Gym Partner's a Monkey though, since it was big on Cartoon Network for a small amount of time. Another show nobody seems to talk about is As Told by Ginger.
Someone once told me the grass is much greener on the other side. When I paid a visit, while it's possible I missed it, it seemed different yet exactly the same.
The series focuses on a middle school girl named Ginger who, with her friends, tries to become more than a social geek. I can't say much about this show personally because I barely watched it, but I know for a fact some of you remember it. While looking up information for As Told by Ginger, I found out that some of the episodes in the last season were never actually aired in the United States, and that includes the series finale. You can find them online and on DVD now, but I still think it's strange that nobody in the US could watch it on cable TV. Either way, there was a select group of people that really liked the show, so hopefully this rings those nostalgia bells for you if you're in that group. Mucha Lucha is a cartoon many people have forgotten. This show is set in a fictional Mexican town centered on lucha libre and is essentially about the adventures of three children, Ricochet, Buena Girl, and the Flea, as they struggle through the foremost world-renowned international school of lucha where they study. I really loved this show as a kid, and it was probably even one of my favorites. While I don't remember any specific plots since I haven't seen it in at least a decade, I always remember the Flea. He was definitely my favorite character. One interesting thing about Mucha Lucha is that it was pretty unique, especially for Cartoon Network in those earlier years. I'm sure kids didn't expect to enjoy a cartoon about Mexican wrestling, but it became a hit and lasted a decent amount of time on air. Anyone remember the X's? This is another show I didn't watch too much, but I know some of you guys were fans.
Mr. X, leader and father. Mrs. X, combat specialist and mother. Tuesday X, team investigator and daughter. Truman X, technology expert and son. Together they form the world's first ultra-secret spy family.
Here's the synopsis. The X's work for Superior. The X's have their daughter named Tuesday, their younger son named Truman, and many gadgets at their disposal. An organization called Snafu is continually trying to cause trouble for the X's through their plans to take over the world. Now honestly this sounds like an interesting plot, but I don't know if it's actually good since I barely watched. The X's only lasted about a year and has 20 episodes, but it won a few awards, so I'd imagine it wasn't a bad show. Maybe I'll go back and watch all the episodes someday. The final forgotten cartoon I want to talk about is My Life as a Teenage Robot. Now don't get me wrong, this isn't as forgotten as some of the other shows I talked about in the video, but I still feel like not many people mention it anymore. The plot involves a teenage robot who tries to save the planet, but at the same time she goes to high school and deals with problems there. Overall, this was a pretty decent cartoon, and it was always cool to see how Jenny dealt with threats for the end of the world. Now of course the plot where the main character is leading two different lives is not unique, but My Life as a Teenage Robot was still worth watching and used the concept well. If you go back and watch this, you'll probably get some real nostalgia because it was a Nicktoon around the same time as some other memorable cartoons. Anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below to let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.